And this was a good book.
Badoop.
Hi, my name is Ariel, and today I'm going to be doing a book review, spoiler-free as possible, of The Bear and The Nightingale by Ardon. This is the first book in the Winter Night trilogy, and it is an adult historical fantasy novel set in Russia way, way back in the day. So this book is very unexpected. I didn't hear anything about it. It was a random library find, and I adored it. There are 2 more books after this one that are currently out, so I feel like I'm just going to plow through those because I loved this world. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the book, and then I'll tell you my pros and cons. This book is set in a Russia where the old mythology, the old gods, are more prominent than organized religion. And in this book, our main character is Vasilisa Petrovna. She is a little girl at the beginning of the book, but she grows quickly into a maid of her own. Now, in this book, Vasilisa is unlike any other little girl which her father, who is the lord of this land, has ever seen. She is headstrong and funny and wild and thinks for herself and is more likely to want to wear her brother's clothes and stalk around the lands and in the wilderness than her sisters will. Now, her mother dies in childbirth. Her mother dies because she knows that Vasilisa is going to be very special. She gave up her life so that way her daughter could be born, because she knew her daughter would be special. Now, she is very in tune with the old gods, or the keepers of things like the lake, the stove. Everything kind of has their own little house god, or their own little things, and she's more in tune with these creatures than say any other kind of god or organized religion. She can see things that people can't. Now, her father does remarry because he feels like his children need a mother, especially Vasilisa, because she's very young and needs a female role model. Now, this organized marriage to this woman is a woman that was very into the organized religion because she didn't like the things that she could see and feel. So I don't want to get too spoilery with that, so we're just going to skip ahead a little bit. While she is growing up, she sees her village change because a priest comes and he brings his religion, his god, and he also brings fear to the village and the people and the lands. So that's all I'm going to say about the book itself. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it and let you decide for yourself if it's something that you are into reading. So we're going to start with a con first, and it's con because it's just one. I gave this book 4 stars, which is great. I loved it. But it was so slow. It did a lot of building. There was a lot going on. This book was told from several different perspectives, which I actually really enjoyed, because not only did you understand what was going through Vasilisa's head, you got to hear from her father, her stepmother, her brothers, her sister, her nephew, the priest, random people that just popped in and out of the story, or the house gods, or whatever you want to call them. So that was cool. It was great. It built up good, but it was so slow. There was action, but it was damn near at the end of the book, and that was kind of irritating for me. I did love the book, but it was irritating on how slow it was. But that being said, pros. The writing was great, and the way things were explained was also amazing. There is a lot of Russian in the book as far as names and such go, and there is a glossary at the back, which I did see first. So that way, if there was something that I read and I didn't understand either how to pronounce it or what it meant, I went and looked it up. So that way I could be like, okay. So it gives you the word and the definition. So that was a big, big pro for me. I love a good glossary. Did I rhyme? I did. Awesome. Another big pro for me was that I felt like I was freezing cold while reading this book. I don't live in a cold climate, but I was cold. I was hungry. I felt that my life was like their lives. and it only had, it only took me walking outside and it being like 75 degrees and humid that I'm like, right, I'm not in Russia. It's warm. I felt like I was there, and that is what I love about books with this sort of writing style, is that they're really immersive, and I really, really heavily enjoy that. Another pro I have for this is that there were some gory parts, and I love a good bit of gore in my books. It is not a scary book whatsoever, but if you're a little faint of heart, some of the gorier bits in there might get you. But I loved it. I honestly felt like it could have been more gory, but I don't think that's where they wanted to go with this. I don't think that's where Katherine Ardon wanted to go when she wrote it. But I really enjoyed it. I also really liked that the way it was written, that you feel sympathy for all the antagonists in the book because they're people. Everyone in this book felt like real people, and I feel like this is the kind of book that I gravitate to, because I don't want to just read about someone's life. I want to feel like I'm living it with them, and I want to feel for them as I would feel for you as a person, and that was really important to me to have that. I felt like if this book didn't have that, and it was so slow the way, because it was slow, I don't know if I would have been able to get through the novel, because I wouldn't have connected with the characters. So that's it for my book review. I hope I did the book justice. If not, maybe you should read it and tell me how you felt about it. If you've read the book, comment down below and tell me how you liked it and how you felt about it. Like, didn't like, maybe slightly enjoyed, maybe DNF'd. If you haven't read the book and you want to read the book, read the book. It's very good. It's not a waste of your time, even though it's a little on the slower side. So please like my video, subscribe if you haven't, help my channel grow. I really appreciate every subscriber I have, and I hope everyone has a good day, night, evening, whatever. Okay, bye.